This video is going to be a full in-depth guide on how to get jacked with ChatGPT. I call it the Cortana system. See here, she's kind of bad, you feel me? She's from Halo. If you play Halo, you should know Master Chief right here too. He jacked as hell. Alright, so first we have to determine our goals. We have to be honest with our goals, our programming, how to prompt ChatGPT, our key performance indicators, hormones, diet, recovery, optimization, examples, and closing notes. So if you're anything like me, you've started going to the gym because you see all those dudes in anime, in movies, on social media. They tall, jacked, handsome, and the only thing you can really change is how jacked you are because you're short and clap, and you pull no baddies, and you want to pull baddies. Okay, I'm playing. So yeah, basically you go to YouTube, right, and you search how to build muscle. You get a gym membership. You search the best workout plan, and you're bombarded with stuff like breathing is killing your gains, walking is killing your gains. Don't do this exercise, it will injure you for life. Don't do this, it'll make you crippled. Mostly just, stuff to get views, along with some helpful information. I don't like these videos because they always mix truth with lies, and they kind of misinterpret stuff, but they also give good advice at the same time, like here and there. So it's like you have to filter it out, but yeah, whatever. There's also so much information online that I get paralysis by analysis. Because the word optimal and science-based, nothing against like them, but they get thrown around so much that I don't know what to do because there's so much conflicting advice as well. At one point, I was like, I'm just gonna train hard, have no structures, go to the gym, and do what's free. As long as I push myself to failure, I should make gains. Which is half right, but you still need to have structure and track your workouts and have a program to follow. So, in a sense, coaches are pretty important, Coaches get coaches to coach them. So that's how important coaches are. Even like the best bodybuilders, powerlifters in the world, they get coaches. Even though the coach may not be as good as them, but they just take the guesswork out and help them push through training. So with ChatGPT, you can take on the role of a coach. In a sense, you're coaching ChatGPT to coach you, but the best part is it's free. You still have to remember though, you're the only one putting in the work. You have to stay consistent with it, and you have to put in the work in and out of the gym. And you have to know how to use ChatGPT right, if not, you're gonna get something shit. The fundamentals of AI is garbage in, garbage out. You give it garbage information, you're gonna get a garbage response. It is how it is, man. First, what type of lifter are you? You trying to get jacked like Baki Hama over here? You trying to be a fighter? Cap delts, big traps, big chests. You trying to be a bodybuilder, trying to get big and strong like Broly, Yujiro. Minus the PP training, I don't know what happened. It's a running joke in the Baki community. When I was younger, I actually not when I was younger, it was 2 years ago. I took a 2 kg dumbbell, I put it on top of my little thing, you feel me, you know what I'm saying? And I try to do curls, a different type of curls. And I did an experiment for like 2 weeks, but I could never lift the 2 kg dumbbell. And I just eventually gave up, and I realized I was just being stupid. But anyway, back to the video. You have to be honest with your goals. You can't chase two females at once. When I'm also saying you can chase two birds at once. You can't you can't chase two deer at once like you're a cheater, right? You gotta chase after one. You gotta go and get it first. So you have to pick, you wanna do bodybuilding, powerlifting, powerbuilding, or you just wanna do to like, I want big arms, bro. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's better like to do what you want to do and what you love doing than trying to copy someone else because he's saying this is better than what you're doing. If arms is just really all you want, then just train arms, bro. Simple as that. Anyway, bulk and cutting. Look in the mirror. If you're fat, cut. If you want to get bigger, then bulk. If you're in the middle, like you skinny fat, like me, I'd say main gain or lean bulk. Next, to really determine what's optimal for you in a sense, you have to determine your leverages. Your leverages will tell you your range of motion, what lifts you'll probably be better what lifts you'll probably be better at. So I ain't scripting this shit, so I'm like freestyling, you feel me? So I got torso, arm length, all that stuff. Yeah, just read it. But leverages are important, you know. In my experience, I got this friend. First time in the gym, he deadlifts more than me. He deadlifted 3 plates for like 5 reps. Granted, his back was a little bit curved, you know, like a cat, like meow type shit. Yeah, but that was because he's taller than me and he has longer arms and longer legs and better leverages, and I'm just making excuses for being a weak piece of shit. Alright, so schedule. Hey, what's this? You guys see this stuff? I swear it wasn't here when I chose this image, but whatever. Oh, this Yoel Romero, by the way, he's a sick physique. One of my dream physiques, honestly. Mike Tyson too. Thick neck, broad shoulders, big chest, big back, abs. Cool, man. And they can fight, bro. Damn. Alright, schedule. So pretty self-explanatory. How many times a week can you train? How much time do you have to train? And how many times do you want to train? You want to run, this is pretty much going to determine what split you're going to run in the future and how long you're going to do, how long each workout is going to last, basically. How many sets, volume, all that. Oh, special cases. Now this is extremely important, right? I think this is what gives ChatGPT an edge rather than like programs that you get from fitness influencers, is that they don't know if you have an injury. You can tell ChatGPT you have a wrist pain, you have lower back injury, you had this surgery previously, and you can work around it, pick variations of exercises. If you like gym equipment, it can give you substitutes as well. If you don't have a hack squat, you can do like, I don't know, like, wait, what's good? Huh, I just do normal squats, honestly. You just like certain exercises, like Bulgarian split squats. You know, I realize if there's a country in front of the name of an exercise, it's just gonna obliterate you. It's gonna beat the hell out of you, bro. Extras. Do you want to bias certain muscle groups? If you just want like a big chest, big shoulders, big traps, but you're training all your volume to like abs and biceps and legs, then what are you doing, bro? Train to your goals, not for someone else's goals. At the end of the day, you're trying to build your physique, not someone else's physique. Unless that brings me to my second point. If someone else's physique is your inspiration, your goal, then yeah, copy his physique. But you have to know that um you might not have the same genetics as that person. For example, I want to be built like Yoel Romero, but I don't got BBC genetics. I got ABC genetics. Wait, BASAC genetics. Alright. So you have oh yeah, this is another point I want to say is that if you have exercises that you love doing, they just make you feel badass, bro, add them to your program. You'll love them. It's gonna make you more consistent because you love what you're doing, and yeah, when you love what you're doing, it doesn't feel like you're doing work. I think I said that right. I said that right. I said that right. Okay. For me, it's weighted dips. By the way, it just feels badass, bro. Your weights hanging off your crotch, like then if you're defying gravity, you're like boom, one, two, boom, boom. It's cool, bro. It really is. Next, program foundation. Oh, for my anime enjoyers, do you guys prefer Kengan Ashura or Baki as a fighting anime? I'd say anime I lean towards Baki, but manga Kengan Ashura takes it, bro. Then for splits, I lean towards full body and upper lower usually. I feel like these two are good splits. Full body especially for hypertrophy and upper lower for more strength. And it's easier to program than full body, honestly. Push pull legs if you have time, yeah, go for it. And if you like it, go for it, bro. Volume. Now volume is a bit tricky because it's quite hard to quantify. Now volume really is just time under hard tension, but most people quantify it with weekly sets, which isn't wrong, but it is wrong, but it does work. So I got these numbers off Jeff Nippert's website. So beginners 1 to 2 years of serious training, you'll do 6 to 10 sets. Intermediate 2 to 5 years of training, and advanced 5+ years of training. just see the rep ranges, read the note here. Just know that depending on the person, some muscle groups recover way faster than others, and other muscle groups recover less. Uh, but from my research, I learned that more volume always means more hypertrophy if you pay your recovery tax. As long as you can recover from high volume and high frequency, you'll always build more muscle. And if you can't, then yeah, don't lower your volume, bruh. Next, we have rep ranges, intensity. Here we'll measure intensity as reps in reserve. I prefer it over RPE because RPE just sounds too Einstein for me, bro. Like rate of perceived exhaustion, exhaustion. I don't know. It's just too big brain. Reps in reserve sounds way better and it's more straightforward. Next, exercise selection, and you have to keep in mind the stimulus to fatigue ratio of some exercises, especially if you're powerlifting. That's when deloads and accessory work and diet and recovery is a lot. I won't say a lot more important than bodybuilding, but you have to really keep it. Man, my grammar's pretty shit. My vocabulary is limited. I should have scripted. I should have made a script, bruh. But it's like it's important basically. Bodybuilding it's important too, but okay, what I meant to say is that in powerlifting you're usually gonna do more fatiguing lifts to stimulus ratio because you're doing squat, deadlift, presses. Meanwhile, bodybuilding you don't need to do deadlifts or presses to grow your chest or lower back. People just do RDLs, dumbbell bench press. I still do bench press. And I still do squats. Squats are my favorite exercises, even though I have pretty bad leverages for it. But you can pause and read this table. I basically got all the information online, put it into ChatGPT, asked it to summarize and make a table for me. Next, I got my man Vegeta here. Vegeta's the GOAT, you feel me? My favorite character in the whole of DBZ. You know, it's kind of sad that when I was growing up, I wanted to be like Vegeta, but all I got was his height and his hairline, bro. It's cooked, bro. Okay. Anyway, for progression, I got the most popular progressions online off YouTube, and I did the same thing with the rep ranges earlier. So you can read here how it works, what it's best for, and examples. But do take it with a grain of salt because it is AI generated and it can take biasness from whichever source they got it from. As for when and how to deload, I'd say if your recovery is on point and your diet's on point, but your progress and your gym training just feels bad, you feel exhausted, you're regressing or you're stagnant, I'd say take a deload week, bro. There's so many ways to deload. You can take a whole week off. You can lower your volume and intensity in half. Oh, sorry, my voice cracked. Trying to speedrun this shit because I want to go sleep. But yeah, there's so many information online on how to deload. You can choose your preferred version of deloads. For me, I just cut my volume and intensity in half. Okay, so the prompt. Finally, we're at the prompt with acronym here that's easy to remember. Coach RH. Coach should be easy to remember. RH might be harder to remember, but I found an easier way to remember it. Just remember Ronnie Coleman, you know, this big black hunk of chalk, pause, and He-Man. So you put them together, you get Ronnie He-Man, RH, Ronnie He-Man. Got that? Okay, Coach RH. So C, my name is, okay, I meant C, stands for context. So you give it context. This is just a general example. It's not the best one. You should give it more information. They'll make the answer better. Objective is your goal. Basically, you want pure hypertrophy. You have certain muscles you want to bias, add that in. Okay. Adjustments is, like I said earlier, your special needs. If you have any injuries, or you wanted to know something, like say, just treat it as like an actual coach. Like say you have a consultation with your strength coach, your bodybuilding coach, whatever you'd say to them, tell the ChatGPT. Next is constraints. So this is usually time constraint, frequency constraints, gym equipment constraints, whatever. History. Oh, I say history is actually one of the best parts of this is because ChatGPT is so good at analyzing trends. If you have a logbook or a sheet of your old programs you ran, bro, give it to ChatGPT. I'm telling you, man, it can literally spot like what rep ranges you were stronger at. Like you can analyze trends. Like it say, oh, this split, you did this and this, which led you to get stronger, or you did this and this and you were weaker. Or I analyzed and I found that you sucked at this exercise. So if you want to improve it, let's do this variation instead, and stuff like that, basically. It's also a good way to, uh, bro, it's too late. My brain's not working, but it's a good way to keep track of your workouts and give it some domain knowledge on yourself, basically. Like, give it a background of what you've done so far, like you would an actual coach. Next, role. So instead of just saying, be my coach, just be more specific. And I find that if you tell it to be a team of multiple things, it works better. So in this case, for Jerry, can be a bodybuilding coach because he just wants to get jacked. I think he said that here somewhere. He just wants to get jacked. For you, could be, I don't know, testosterone coach, PP maxing coach, looks maxing coach, powerlifting coach, whatever, bro. Another good thing is to add a dietitian because bodybuilding or getting jacked in general, trying to put on muscle, it's going to be made up of diet as well. And certified endocrinologist, that's basically a hormone specialist because your hormones are really important. If you know, you know. Yeah. I'll get into optimizing hormones next. Oh, right here. So first of all, your gym kick. First of all, what am I saying, bro? First of all, English ain't my first language, gang. Give me a break. Okay, so first of all, strength increases. Track your lifts. So what this means is, yeah, it's self-explanatory. Track your lifts. Strength increases are one of the best ways to know that you're recovering well and your program's working, because you're either adding reps, you're either adding weight, or your form's getting better. Pump and mind-muscle connection. Mind-muscle connection. Okay. So this is where some people might say that it doesn't matter, but I feel like getting a good pump after a workout is a good sign that you've trained hard and you followed the right tempo, form, all that, and you're just recovering well because you have enough carbs, glycogen to fuel your muscles and get a pump, and your nutrition should be good as well, enough salt, sodium, electrolytes to get an insane pump, and it looks good too. It looks good and feels good. Next is form and reps in reserve. So are you sandbagging your workouts? If you're supposed to do 1 to 2 reps away from in reserve, but you're really my fault, gang. In reality, you're leaving like 5 reps in the tank. You're cheating yourself, bro. Just push. Like on squats, you can do sort of rest pause, or just keep breathing in, go down, then push yourself to hit the rep ranges you want to hit. Form, self-explanatory. Don't get injured. Form's gonna be a bit different for everybody because of leverages, but you should find some standard video on how to do the proper form and execute it. It shouldn't be too far off from uh the standard form. What am I saying? Just make sure you do the right form, basically. Recovery KPIs, sleep quality. Yep, this is the most important thing. 7.5 to 9 hours, I believe, is the optimal amount of sleep for recovery. If you have a Fitbit or Apple Watch or whatever, you can check your resting heart rate or heart rate variability. It's an important tracker for recovery. You can learn more about it through Google, YouTube, ChatGPT. But yeah, just track that. If I yap about it, I don't have the English to explain it well. Anyway, diet and appetite. You should focus on whole foods. I know a lot of people say this, but I'm gonna tell you why. If someone bulked on the same macros, exact same macros, with whole nutritious food and junk food, say genetics are equal, the dude who got all his food macros from whole foods will always build more muscle because He gets all the micronutrients, minerals, and vitamins from those whole foods, and they cause less inflammation than junk food, which leads to better hormones like testosterone and all that, and better recovery. Thus, he builds more muscle and he can train harder in the gym. Thus, he'll be more jacked. And speaking of Jack, this Jack right here force feeding himself. Note if you're in a bulk, your appetite's probably gonna hit a limit soon enough, and you're gonna have to force feed like this dude over here. But yes, just enjoy it. I'd say cutting. You just really wanna stay away from food, bro. Like once you hit your calorie intake for the day, just stay away from food. Mood and energy. So this is probably one of the best KPIs. If you're feeling good, you're feeling energetic, you're recovering well. If not, you feel like Mark from Invincible. You feel beat up. That dude can't catch a break, bro. He gets beat up every episode. I'm on season two, season one right now. He's just getting his ass kicked. But yeah, if your if your mood and energy is bad, even though your sleep quality and diet is good, I'd say deload. If your sleep quality and diet is bad, and your mood and energy is bad, fix your sleep and diet first, and then see if you need a deload. Next, moving on to hormone KPIs, mainly testosterone, androgens, and cortisol. The best way to track these is libido. You know how horny you are. You know it's your little thing becoming a big thing. You know, morning wood in the morning. Frequency, you should aim for at least 4 or 5 days a week. That should mean your testosterone, androgen sensitivity, all that is good. Motivation and drive. This is what I love the most about these hormones, bro. When I wake up and I'm brick, I usually have like this motivation, this drive to get better, be productive, conquer my day, you feel me? No depression shit out here. Next, exhaustion, anxiety, and chronic stress. This means your hormones are off whack, your cortisol is way too high. Please, bro, fix it. Like comedy, laugh, do things you enjoy, de-stress, sleep, do what you gotta do basically. A good way to track testosterone for free is your morning hand grip strength. So, like Koji here, he's using so what this thing called? Hand gripper tester, dyno. Wait, let me Google it. Dynamometer, dyno, dynometer. Okay, dynometer, guys. It's called a dynometer. So if your morning hand grip strength increases over the long term, your testosterone is probably increasing. Or you can watch a video by Team 3D Alpha on that. He talks about it, how testosterone and grip strength is correlated, even if you account for grip training. So next, this is an example of how I track my workouts. I make a Google Sheets. I make 4 of these things for full body A, B, C, and D. Then I multiply it by 5 because each training cycle I do is about 5 weeks, which is slightly more than a month. So yeah, this is how I format it. I track my weight here. The gray cell above, there's a code. So whatever I put in the white cell the next week, for example, week 2, my week 1 weight will appear in the gray one. So I try to beat the reps or increase the weight so I can know I'm progressing well. I add notes as well. Alright, thanks for getting this far again. Honestly, this is my first video ever. I know I should have scripted this shit. I yap way too much. I didn't explain shit well, but I hope I helped in a way, even just 1%. But to closing notes, to conclude, whatever you want to call it, you just gotta know it takes time, gang. It takes time to get jacked. You gotta put in quality work in and out the gym, stay consistent, and don't hop programs. If you hop from one program to another every 2 months, that's because it's a new optimal program that some person's trying to sell you, or everyone's doing this, but you don't enjoy it, but you just hop on because you think it's better than what you're doing, then you're not gonna make gains, bro. You can follow so many good free programs out there, like Radar from Bald Army Man. I followed that for 6 months straight before I kind of I'm kind of running the same program. I just turned it to a 4 days a week full body, and then use ChatGPT to make some changes based on my needs, and that's what I'm running right now. If you guys want, I can give the link of my spreadsheet, and you can make a copy and run it as well. But yeah, track your lifts and KPIs to see trends and stay natty. Unlike this dude, he's on steroids. Oh, before I end, I want to say stop comparing yourself to people on social media or your friends or the people you see. I'm gonna tell you why. One, like 60-70% of people have been training longer than you and probably have better genetics than you. Or they're like this dude here and they're on a ton of gear. They're enhanced, they're taking steroids. Of course they're bigger than you, bro. Don't worry about it. And next, some people just have better genetics. Like I think this one natural dude with curly hair, what's his name? I don't know, he has a really aesthetic physique. He made like a 2 month or 6 month transformation video. And in those 2 or 6 months, I can't remember exactly, but I just know he made more gains in those 2 or 6 months than I did in my entire 1 year and 9 months of lifting. I'll just say 2 years. Some people really just have Saiyan genetics, and some people like me have Yamcha genetics, but it is what it is, bruh. Keep grinding. Uh, yeah.